Hello. I just want to talk to you a moment about the dangers of being uber religious. Uber religious. They call it now evangelical movement, basically. You can see it in the United States with a lot of people who follow I'll say, the musings of Donald Trump. Um, these folks follow him like he's a cult leader. Um, but he's not the only one that's got this ability to confuse people in the name of God, right? And I bet you want to say to me, well, wait a minute. Donald Trump is not a religious leader. Well, he's not in the traditional sense. However, he uses the same type of brainwashing techniques and modalities that a lot of religious leaders use. So that's why I'm using him as an example. Um, he said that he could go out in the middle of whatever street in New York and shoot somebody down and nobody do anything to him, pretty much. Not a quote, but that's pretty much kind of what he was talking about. He's proven himself to be true about how people think of him in light of what's going on today, right, in 2021. So you see this type of person, right, um, narcissistic behavior uh, that that he has pulls people in and they believe him no matter what he says. Well, a lot of other cult leaders have that same type of ability. You can look at Jim Jones uh, back in the 70s, same thing. You can look at uh, uh, quite a few other cult members, cult leaders, rather, um, and look at how they controlled their people who follow them. A lot of times they use the Bible. Donald Trump doesn't use the Bible, but other cult leaders do. And they use the Bible like a bludgeoning tool. The other thing is that they do is they control you by your control your movements. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that they pretty much give you a gigantic list, an impossible list of do's and don'ts, right? You will do this without question. You can't do that. And so that's another real good red flag to look for when you start looking at, is this organization a cult organization? Is this quote unquote religious order a cult organization? So there's a lot of times people who get pulled into this are young, they don't know what's going on, they're impressionable. And that's another way to look at this. A lot of people get pulled in by these narcissistic type of people um, because they're young, they're impressionable, and they tell them, don't do this, do that, do it without question, and then they use some some authority, like the Bible, or the Quran, right? You see that in the Middle East, and so they'll use that as a tool, you know, to legitimize their authority. And then they'll say stuff like, well, I've been ordained by God and you can't question that, which is always a lie. Okay? So these types of things, be very cautious of. Be very, very mindful of people who are very persuasive. They want to use the Bible or the Quran to try to control you and manipulate you. These things are something to beware of. So I just want to put this out there real quick. And God bless you. I love you for real. Y'all have a great day.